What is going on, my goblins and ghouls? And as always, welcome to the Spooky Lounge. I am your host, Lucky. In today's video, we're going to be doing the review for Predator Badlands from Dan Trachtenberg. Now, before we get into this review, guys, if you love spooky or sinister content just like this, click that bell to be notified anytime we post a new horror review or video. Like the video, share the video, and as always, subscribe to join the Spooky Lounge family today. We couldn't do it without you. We're so happy that you're here. Let's get into it. Predator Badlands 2025, starring Elle Fanning, along with some other misfit characters in this film. Guys, this was an absolute blast. The first thing I said to some people in the theater and my people was the simple fact that Predator Badlands was probably my favorite action movie I've seen this year. That goes for anything DC, Marvel, the likes. I loved Superman, but I think Predator Badlands was such a fun, unique, special time, and also surprisingly heartwarming. I think for a PG-13 rating, this film was incredibly gory, and I think they got away with it simply because they weren't killing humans, but rather other aliens and monsters and the likes. So the blood was more green. They were killing like synths, so there was oil spilling, but there was tons of decapitations, tons of blood and gore, limbs going all over the place in this film, guys. But let's get into what really made Predator Badlands special. What makes Predator Badlands special is, I believe, the story in this. We have our first Yacha, who is the protagonist of our film. His name is Dek. Basically, we follow him as he's training alongside his big brother to finally get the cloak from his father, who seems to be the leader of this tribe. Essentially, Dek is a runt, and as it's described early on in this film, he's malformed, where he's smaller than the rest of the predators, and he doesn't really fit into any group of them. And as we know about Predator lore, I'm sure many of you guys out there are massive Predator fans, you would know that they kill the weak, and they also do not have friends, do not have interests outside of hunting their prize. And the prize is simply whatever prey they can find that is strong enough to compete with them. The father plans on killing Dek, to which the brother saves him in the story unfolds of Predator Badlands. Dek is faced with the simple challenge of coming back with a trophy to earn his cloak from his father, and that is where we get into things. He picks the most difficult trophy to bring back, which is the callus. To my understanding, looks to be a kaiju in this film and is largely unkillable. Even his father fears this monster, but Dek has his sights set on the callus and refuses to give up on getting his cloak and earning his namesake, right? The large part of this film that goes unmissed by some, from what I've been reading, is the fact that Dek is not only going after this incredibly difficult trophy, but he's also faced with loss and grieving. And we see the Predator for the first time on screen dealing with emotion. And I think that's a beautiful thing to see from the Predator franchise, exploring that the Yacha are similar beings to, say, humans or synths. On this journey, he's going to the most dangerous planet you could possibly go to get this trophy. We're also seeing him grieve while dealing with the environment, and that is where we meet our synth savior, Thea. Played by Elle Fanning, she absolutely killed the role of not only Thea, but Tessa, another synth that was placed on this planet by Wayland Yutani to basically catch the callus and also explore and understand the environment better to take home and help humanity. That is a whole other side plot to the film that is really fun to see play out throughout the entirety of it. I also want to hit on Dek's vulnerability and his ability to go off of Thea, right? For most of this film, he looks at Thea as a tool on their journey, nothing more, nothing less. He is using Thea to get to the callus and figure out a way to behead and take the callus back as a trophy to his father. But Thea is helping Dek understand that he was never wanted by his family. That is, I think, the core thing that really struck me, is Dan's ability to tell a story that is not human, but also has such human elements to it. If your family doesn't want you, there's a family out there that does. The score was amazing in this film, guys. We had like Yacha themes, right? Where we were on Yacha Prime. The language that they spoke was so cool and so enhanced. And you could tell that Dan spent a lot of time with building out this world, and the CGI use and the special effects. The suit that they had Dek in, I thought looked really, really clean. I felt like everything head to toe of this film was done with such passion and such a love for not only the film itself, himself, but also the lore of Predator, right? We see some skulls from some trophies on his plane that we have encountered in other Predator films. We get a callback to Alien. I love that Dan is wanting to expand this message, right, and this universe and this IP to new heights and to new lengths. He started with Killer of Killers, went to Prey 2022, which I loved Prey. I loved the feral Yacha, and now we have Deck, who is a runt, malformed, and through it all, he is my favorite Yacha. He figures out ways to defeat his opponents in a skilled manner, using speed, using intellect, using his wit, which is pure Predator motivation. And to everyone who is throwing hate at this film, I understand you not liking the movie. I do. I understand if it's not your favorite. Everybody has different tastes. Everybody has different things that they like, dislike, etc. If you are spreading misinformation about this movie, or if you are hating on this movie without even seeing it, then get over yourself. I'm just going to say it like that. I think you have such a loser mentality, and I hate to say it like that, but the way that people have come at the character of Deck in such a, oh, he's a woke Yacha. Bro, shut up. And I'm so tired of people getting on their high horse without watching the film and understanding Predator lore, that we're gonna sit here and talk trash about a character that we have no understanding of. People have been going around Twitter talking about, how did he magically beat his father? He beat his father at the end of this film, spoiler alert, with skill, precision, and outsmarting his own damn dad. His dad was pure force, and he met it with speed and intelligence. He killed another 2 Yacha to get to his father, and he also killed an entire synth army. So the idea that Deck is not accomplished enough throughout this film is completely irrational, and honestly, it's bullshit. If you don't like the movie and you've seen the movie, okay, I understand. But if you're hating on this movie for the simple fact that you want to be different, or you don't like that Disney has the IP, then get over yourself. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of me seeing you on my feed. You're not different, you're not cool, you're not edgy. Predator Badlands, with all this being said, 4.5 knives out of damn 5. It was my favorite action movie of the year. I loved Predator Badlands. I can't wait for more from Dan and the cast and Elle Fanning. I can't wait to see Bud. I won't even tell you who Bud is because I've done enough spoiling. Bud was amazing in this movie. Deck was amazing in this movie. I can't wait for more of this universe. Stay salty in the comments, guys. But always remember, even if you don't like me, to de-stress, progress, and give your mind a rest. This is Lucky, and I'll see you guys at the lounge in the next one, including you, Matt, in the comments. I'll see you in the next one too. Have a good night, guys.